Yo fam, Coach Sam with Strong Gents Coaching, and tonight I'm showing you a basic strength training program, just an outline that you can use in your life to build some muscle and get stronger. But why should you listen to me? You should listen to me because I've been a personal trainer for a decade and counting, helping countless people achieve their health and fitness goals. But not only this, guys, I'm an ex-ultra marathon runner, power lifter, and obstacle racer, and I did all this with a rare connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. If I can do this stuff, you can do this stuff. All right. All right, guys, strength training is extremely important as a man walking this earth. It's going to help you build muscle, keep your bones dense, keep you strong, keep you functional, but it also helps with the mental as well. It's going to help with motivation, drive. It's going to help with confidence, so on and so forth. So where do we start? Well, we start by understanding that strength training is weight training. We're going to use those interchangeably. Okay. Strength training comes in many different forms. You can get strong doing a lot of different exercises or different forms of exercise, I should say, but we're going to focus on weight lifting weights in the gym, because this is going to help us build the most amount of muscle in the short amounts of time in the safest manner possible, as long as we're doing things right. All right. So it starts with the schedule. What is your schedule going to be? Your schedule is going to be 2 to 4 days per week. Okay. We're not going to the gym 7 days a week, right? 2 to 4 days per week. And how long is each session going to be? Each session is going to be 60 minutes or less. We don't need to be in the gym more than that. You got responsibilities to do in life as a man. The last thing you need to do is waste time in the gym. All results can be achieved in just 60 minutes or less. The only time you're going to be over 60 minutes is if a Karen catches you at the front desk on your way in or on your way out of the gym for 5 to 10 minutes. All right. And that's because you're too nice of a guy to tell her to shut up. I need to work out. Okay. So what is next? The amount of sets and reps that we're going to be doing. We're going to do 2 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. Okay. When you're first starting out, especially if you're a beginner, you're going to see great results pretty fast. Within the first year, you're going to gain a decent amount of muscle if you're consistent with this stuff, and you're going to see a decent amount of strength gains. After a year, the results start to dwindle off a little bit. It's harder to achieve those results. But what's really, really efficient is 2 to 4 sets per exercise, 6 to 10 reps per set. Try not to exhaust yourself. Try not to get yourself too sore. That's going to happen from time to time. But the idea is to get into the gym, work really, really hard, doing good quality repetitions and making some really good sets count, and then get the heck out of there and recover. All right. So 2 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. And you're going to use a weight that you can handle for every single rep, getting a full range of motion and a really strong contraction at the end of each rep, but you just barely get the last one, or you squeeze out the last one and you can barely get 2 more. If you come to failure, you come to failure. It's not a huge deal. But those are the weights that we should be using. We don't want to use weights that we're just completely grinding each rep out and each rep is ugly, because then you're going to have a little bit more wear and tear on the joints. We want the pressure to be on the muscles themselves, not on the joints, but on the muscle, to create the most amount of tension. And you don't need the greatest amount of weight to do that. We're not trying to be powerlifters right now. We're trying to build a little bit of muscle and get stronger over time. All right. So use a weight that you can control for every rep on every set. It's still a challenge. You're still breathing heavy. Okay. You're still burning in those muscles, but it's not overbearing to the point where you feel like you can drop it. All right. So how many exercises are we going to do per muscle group? We're going to do between 2 and 3 exercises per muscle group. So for example, if you're going to the gym and you're working out your back, you're going to do a lat pull down, a row, and a face pull. Okay. If you're going to do chest, you're going to do a incline bench press. You're going to do some form of fly and a close grip push-up. Okay. If you're doing tries, you're going to do skull crushers. Then you're going to do tricep extension. Right. If you're doing bicep curls, you're going to do hammer curls and then barbell curls. Okay. If you're going to do legs, you're going to do Romanian deadlifts. You're going to do walking lunges, and you're going to do squats. So you're doing 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group in the gym, 2 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps, 60 minutes or less. Keep the rest between 30 and 90 seconds. Okay. You don't need any more than that. We're not trying to get as strong as physically possible right now. We're trying to build some muscle and get stronger over time. You don't need max amount of rest, because you're not going to be maxing out on any of these lifts. 30 to 90 seconds of rest in between each set. So what is a standard basic bodybuilding strength training program? It's going to be push, pull, legs. It's going to be rotate. You're going to take a rest every 24 hours. So for example, on Monday, you're going to do push, which would be chest, shoulders, triceps. You're going to take a rest on Tuesday. Wednesday would be pull, which would be back, biceps, and traps. You're gonna take a rest on Thursday. Friday would be legs. So you're gonna do quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. And then you're gonna take a rest on Saturday. And then Sunday becomes your new start day where you're gonna do push again. Okay. So you're not skipping the weekend. It's just 24 hours rest in between each workout. Okay. So that's push pull split. You're technically working out every other day. Okay. 24 hours is enough time to recover. If it's your first time working out, you might get what's called DOMS initially, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, because your muscles are not used to weight training in general. So you might be a little bit more sore the first 2 weeks of doing this. So you might need to have 48 hours rest in between each workout for the first 2 weeks, which is okay. And then after that, once your body starts to adapt and you actually get a little bit more motivated to go to the gym, you can do every other day. So you're going to rest 24 hours in between each workout. This is standard. It has great benefits. I've been training people for 10 years, and the men that come into me, even if they're 60 and older, if they're coming to me twice a week, they have seen great results doing a push-pull style training program. For example, if they're coming twice a week, we would do quads, chest, shoulders, tries, and then if they were coming a second time a week, we would do hammies, glutes, calves, and their entire back of their body, and then add in the accessory work at the end of each workout, like tries, bis, abs, so on and so forth. So you can see great results with a push-pull program, especially if it's cyclical, meaning that it doesn't stop. It's not like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weekends off. It's just cyclical. So every other day is a constant new workout for you. Just do push, rest, pull, rest, legs, rest, push, rest, pull, rest, legs, rest. Then you just keep this going, and you want to go easy on the weights, meaning like you don't want to add 20 pounds every session. Okay. Learn to master the movements, learn to master the exercise, learn to master the contraction of each exercise, and add weights as you go along. This is a journey, guys. Building muscle takes a little bit long time. Think of your goal as 12 months. You want at least a year, especially if you're new. A year, that's your end goal. So you have an entire year to get big and strong, and more than that. You can get big and strong for the rest of your life if you become passionate and motivated about this, okay? But that's the basic schedule that you're going to follow. It works. And in terms of some basic nutrition guidelines you can follow, we're going to get to that right now. Protein is extremely important for muscle building. Try and get around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or at least in the ballpark. If you weigh 170 pounds, try and get at least 120 a day. That's a low day. And you can get anywhere to up to 200 a day if that's just what your day ended up being. You do want to try and implement carbohydrates around your workouts, especially because it's going to give you a good pump and energy to perform the workouts optimally. Try and keep the junk food low, guys. This also is in hand in hand with alcohol, okay? Because honestly, those tend to be consumed side by side. So if you can keep your junk food lower and your alcohol lower, this is going to reduce your chances of gaining a lot of body fat while you're trying to gain muscle. And also, junk food is just a waste of calories. It's usually higher in fat content and sugar content or carbohydrate content than it is protein content. So while you're trying to increase your protein content, stick to more whole food, steaks, chicken, fish. Have a lot of rice, potatoes. You can incorporate some pastas around your workouts, but whole grains, veggies, fruits, so on and so forth. And then sprinkle in some of your favorite foods that may not be considered clean foods to keep you sane, okay? But you don't want to get fat where you're trying to build muscle. A lot of people just start overeating because they hear online that they're supposed to, eat as many calories as possible. Although you do need to eat a lot of calories, it should be coming from decent food sprinkled in with some food to fill your calorie needs. But really, the junk food is going to make you feel sluggish and just gross. So when you're eating more food, try and eat, some good food as well, some healthier food choices, and then keep your alcohol lower as well. You can still go out and enjoy it, but you don't need to be drinking, 6 beers in a night. That's just unnecessary. Have yourself 2 vodka clubs and enjoy the night, get a little buzz, but you don't have to get smashed all the time. I mean, I did that in my early 20s. Most of us do in our early 20s. It's just stupid at this point, especially if you have goals. You don't want to wake up and go to the gym hungover. It's not good. Your workout's not going to be good, and it's just cutting into your progress over time. So keep that in mind. And the last one is hydrate properly. You need to stay hydrated for muscle recovery, but also just for muscle performance. If you're dehydrated and you're low in electrolytes, and your muscles are going to have more cramps, more spasms, not going to be able to perform. You're not going to have as much output in the gym. So make sure you're properly hydrated, and along with the good food, you're going to be getting some good electrolytes, but you can always supplement if you needed to. You can throw a little bit of salt on your food before and after the gym, just so you have some good pumps and your muscles are filled with fluid. And then lastly, we're going to cover a little bit of recovery as well. Okay, guys, so recovery is extremely important. You actually damage your body in the gym. That's what you're doing when you're lifting weights. You're ripping muscle tissue apart, and then it heals it scars over, it gets stronger and bigger. Okay, so that's actually what's happening. So when you're in the gym, you're destroying muscle, and when you're out of the gym, you're trying to heal that muscle. So while you're healing, most of that actually happens during sleep. So if you can, try to get 6 or more hours of sleep every single night. If you're getting 4 hours sleep a night, you're gonna make it hard for your body to recover, especially physically. So strive for six. Six is okay. Seven is good. Eight is great. So just in that ballpark, majority of the time would be good. Take some naps if you can throughout the week, especially if you're someone who's not getting good sleep, because that's going to help your body recover as well. And then going for walks on your day off, not only is this important for reducing soreness, it's also going to help keep your burning more calories, so keep your energy expenditure up. And it might keep a little bit of body fat off, but also it's good for the heart health as well. In the gym right now, our focus is building muscle, so we're kind of like not prioritizing cardiovascular exercise or aerobic activity. So try and keep some of that in. So on your off days, go for a 30-minute to a 60-minute walk. Again, it's good for overall muscle soreness. You're going to be pumping blood and oxygen throughout your muscles. And along with that, you're going to be carrying nutrients that they need to recover and heal properly. And of course, you're getting a little bit of cardiovascular activity in. So you're burning a little bit more calories to reduce the chances of gaining a ton of body fat, but also it's just good for the heart health. All right, gents. That is a super simple, basic strength training and muscle building outline right there, program for you. It will be beneficial to you if you implement it, but you got to implement it. So go ahead. I want you to start today. Okay. Well, if it's nighttime, start tomorrow. Okay. Write this all down, go back, rewatch this. You can find 1,000 exercises online for each muscle group. Stick to the basics. Best piece of advice I've ever got throughout my life is keep it simple, stupid, and you should do the same thing. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video, gents. Until next time. Oh, don't forget, the motto here is train your life to change your life. I truly believe that you can train little aspects of your life every single day in order to see a grand change along the journey. That's it, guys. Peace.